तो स्टार्ट कर दिया आपने?
Yes, ma'am.
Chairman WRC, speaker of today's session, Zainab, and all the participants.
Wait for a minute. People are, I think, coming in. Just wait for 1 minute.
Okay, okay.
I think participants are like, he just started, right?
Yes.
I think now everyone's inside.
Okay.
Go ahead, Shweta.
So,
Yeah.
so good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of Western India Regional Council, it is my great pleasure to welcome you all on the series of reskilling, upskilling for the sustainable growth, especially for the second inning chartered accountant. So before starting the session, I request everyone to put your hand on your heart for our ICI motto.
येष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति येष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्मिमाणः निर्मिमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यपि कश्चन एतद्द्वैता 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 एतद्द्वैता.
Thank you. Friends, this year our visionary chairman CA Murtaza Kachwala has a lot of things and a lot of new ideas in his mind for various sector of membership. So our this year theme lead, that is leap towards excellence, achievement and development, is a well perceived program and combination of 5 goals which we have set out for ourselves. And our today's initiative is, of course, it is in line with our vision and goals. So now I request to our chairman WRC for his address and sharing his vision and his thought for with our participants. Over to you.
Thank you, Shweta. Good afternoon to all the participants. Really happy to see so many of you joining for a session on Excel as well. And let me first of all thank WRC Secretary Shweta Jain for designing such nice courses on IT, which will enable all of us to use them in our office in our day-to-day lives. I also welcome and thank CA Zainab Lokhandwala for accepting our invitation and deciding to spare her knowledge and spare her valuable time with all the participants. Zainab, thank you very much.
It's my pleasure, sir.
Thank you. So at WIRC, this year the theme is LEAD, that is leap towards excellence, achievement and development. And in order to achieve growth and development and to be excellent and efficient in the way in which we do our work, we set out 5 goals. The first one is, like, there are so many newer areas of practice, and maybe it is valuation, IPO listing on MSME or main board, startup, subsidies and benefits, or maybe a insolvency, bankruptcy, or a internal and risk. So we are saying that this year, at least on 10 to 12 different subjects, we are planning refresher courses at WIRC, which will be either a 12 hours, 15 hours, 18 hours, or 20, 30 hours courses, wherein a hands-on knowledge about that particular subject with practical case studies, people coming and talking about how they practically do assignments and where the empanelment can happen, so that a chartered accountant, if he decides to get into this newer area of practice, he will be enabled at least, and there will be some basic knowledge to make the beginning. Similarly, the second goal is to enable chartered accountants, members, as well as students to adopt technology. And on this front, we are doing 4 different initiatives. See, one, we are trying to design some tools or utility which will be made available to chartered accountant free of cost for using in the day-to-day life. Okay, and the first set of some utilities are being developed, and maybe in a month's time we'll be able to launch them. The second one is like we are trying to identify various software vendors, and we are talking to them to so as to ensure that the software is made available to the members at a much lower or subsidized rate. Then the third is like we are also trying to create a longer duration course, whereby in the part 1 we already successfully conducted 4 batches, where like we are teaching coding, data analytics using Python and SQL, and this is a 60 hours, 9,000 rupees. 4 batches of 30 each have been completed, and we are launching the 5th batch in April. Similarly, the part 2 is on the viewing like the whole of Tableau and Power BI. Now the 4th initiative here is like doing all these IT enablement and IT courses, and one of them here today again, and where CA Zainab Lokhandwala has agreed to do this on Excel, where we're going to cover a lot of simple stuff in Excel, various lookups, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, and various small type of things which can be done. So like it can be helpful in doing small form of analytics, tables, graphs, charts, etc. So really, I thank each and every one, all the participants to join for this series, and thank the speaker and also the Secretary WIRC for organizing such a nice event. And happy learning to all of you. And over to you, Shweta, again. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the highlights and briefing about the themes. So we have with us today a very learned speaker, Zainab. She is a chartered accountant by profession. And at a very early stage, she has started working with CA firm as an assistant, and then joined one company for 2 years, then worked as a professional on some, again with companies. And thereafter in 2013, she decided to pursue a CA course and started her articleship, and then completed in 2017. Currently, she is a proprietor at Messrs. Lokhandwala and Associate Chartered Accountant, and having more than 5 years of experience in the field of management consultancy and assurance services like embedded service tax, GST matters. And also she's well versed with computer knowledge, including MS Word, Excel, and Tele ERP and Tele Prime also. She is a regular faculty at WIRC and actively participating at some study, Kandivali CP Study Circle of ICI, WRC of ICA. So with this brief introduction, I welcome you at WIRC, Zainab, and thank you so much for accepting our invitation. Over to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Shweta, ma'am. Thank you, Murtaza sir, for giving me this opportunity to be a faculty teaching students. It's a great pleasure being over here as a faculty. Taking till batches was good enough. It was really interesting, and it is a very good thing which has been started by WRC, that we are skilling the undergraduates, and this is the time I'm getting a chance to skill my fellow friends for this CA Chartered Accountants. It's a great pleasure being over here. Hope everyone enjoys this lecture. And we can begin with this lecture. I'll be sharing the link for the file to be, which we will be working on. We are supposed to download this worksheet, and then we'll go on. I'll share my screen, how we are supposed to do everything will be going on.
So while Zainab continues, so the participants are looking at the comments in the chat box.
My screen is
the
visible?
presentation will be shared.
Yes, ma'am.
हाँ, I think chairman sir का disconnect हो गया है. I think he was supposed to say about the comments on chat boxes which we are getting on chat box. So I think he was supposed to say that, of course, PPT and other presentation and recording we will share with all of you. Yes, now it's connected again.
Perfect, Shweta, you said
Chairman
it.
sir, you wanted
Yeah, yeah. Then you said
Okay.
it. So like all the PPT will also be there on WRC website. The recordings will also be there, and
See,
Okay.
this is the file which we are having. I would request everyone that will keep this session more interactive. If you all have any questions, you can ask me directly, unmute your mic, and you can stop me in between. You can ask it, so that even if the doubt is there with somebody other, it gets cleared with for everyone. So how to download this file, that is the first thing we are going to learn. Click on file, go to downloads, and there you can see Microsoft Excel. Once if you give a click on this, this file will be downloaded in your laptops. The first thing we'll be doing today will be downloading this file. From here, you can open the file from the location, open when done. Are you all able to download it? So have you all finished downloading this file? You all can give me replies so that there is some communication between us. Okay. So we have this day one file with us. The topics which we are going to cover in this 4 days is going to be the first look at Excel. That is a just basic. See, we all are using Excel. We all know what is exactly Excel is, but we don't use it the way it has to be. Excel is really a giant thing. Learning everything in Excel is actually not possible. But whatever which is useful for our in day-to-day life as a chartered accountants, those most of the functions are covered in this 4 days. So this is just a short look up that how we are going to go through. First, this is the first look at Excel, means what is exactly Excel, how it has been used. That is a basic introduction will be given. Then we'll be working with the data. In working with data, we are going to use the transpose function, subtotal function, aggregate function. After that, we'll be covering with what is working with tables and charts, how it is going to be useful for us. And then if time permits, then we'll also cover up conditional calculations today. For day 2, this is the thing which we are going. It all depends that how the lecture goes today. Once if we are able to finish all the topics, then tomorrow we'll start directly with the lookup function. Today I've kept all basic functions so that the first day, if it is, we are just starting with it, we'll go with some lighter topics. And then tomorrow we'll go work with all advanced functions that are lookup functions, which will include VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, date, time, and Excel text, how we are going to use it in Excel, data validation, and financial functions like PMT, IMPT, PPT, PV, SLN, DB. Also, those functions, how it works, what are the syntax, how we can use in our day-to-day life, everything will be discussed about this function. The third day will be introducing introduction to analysis in Excel. Let's see how it goes, because what analysis means, whatever the data is given, you are supposed to analyze. So whatever the data we are having, we analyze it through all the functions. So the functions which we are using it, how it will be useful in CA's life, that will be discussed in day 3. Rank and run reference function. There will be a worksheet shared with you, which you all are supposed to work during the class. And if in case you all are not able to do that, if the exercise has not been successfully solved by you, then we'll discuss it in the class. So that exercise will be on the lookup functions, which will be done in the day 2, and date and time and text in Excel, which will be done in tomorrow's lecture. The fourth day will be having the data validation and error resistance, which is already done in day 3. Again, a file will be shared with you, in which you all are supposed to work before. In case if you are not able to do it, we'll discuss it in the class that how these things will be done. In this, both the days 5, the case study will be based on the regular life in our CA's life, what we are going, problems we are facing. Financial functions, again the same thing. And the last thing we'll be learning in the day 4 is the name ranges and user defined forms. Means if we have to fill up the forms, how Excel helps us in making it easy. And the last topic will be the pivot table. Okay. So starting with today's, what are the different uses of Excel? Different uses of Excel are database creation, making mark sheets, data analysis, interacting with other softwares, pivot tables, budget, trends, calculations, all different kinds of formulas which are available and we can use in our day-to-day life. So that are the different uses of Excel. Can any one of you all share that how do you all use Excel for? What are your uses of Excel? Weren't you able to download? Okay, I'll share the link again. Fine. I would once again request you all can unmute your mic and talk to me. Will be very helpful for me, because coming back to chats and checking the chats is not possible. Go with GSTR 3B with 2B, fine. Are you all able to download? I'll show you once again. Okay, let me first complete the downloading part. Once you paste the link in the Google, you will get a open file like this way. You have to go to File, click on Download, and click on Microsoft Excel. Once you click on Microsoft Excel, there will be a small file open over here. See, Special Workshop. Click on the drop-down key and click over here, Open when done. This is the way you will be able to download the file. We were discussing on where we use GSTR3 for maintaining records. Okay. Then what else? Okay, maintaining what kind of record? So calculations with basic formulas done. Now from the link shared. Okay, I hope everybody has got the file now. Very interested to pivot in detail. Okay, fine. We'll be doing that on the 4th day. MIS, PDS working reconciliation of PNL balance sheet, find data. So I'll keep a case study on reconciliation of PNL and balance sheet using a formula, debtors and creditors report, find. Okay. Summary filters, pivot is most useful function for me. Very good. So we'll start the thing. This I think most of things which you all are required that will be covering in this 4 days. Coming back to our this. Now, first thing will okay. Tell me, do you all know the different number formats? Every day everybody is using Excel, but Excel by default gives general format. There are different numbering of formats, which really helps us in working out when we have to do it very easy. The data when we are going through this number formatting is going to really help us out. Now let me see. I'll just show you. This is already I've given you. I'll explain you this what it is. Now if I type 1. 2022. See this, if my cursor is in this cell, the number format is showing me is general. The minute I type over here, the date, Excel recognizes it's the date. When I press enter, automatically Excel has accepted it as date and the format of that particular cell has changed from general to date. Okay. So this is the way Excel really helps us when we use the correct format for the correct function which we are doing. So this is a different, just an examples I've given over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is just a data, a simple number. So how this data is seen in different formats. So if this is a 4-digit number, in general format, it is going to be seen as a number only. When you take a number format, see here in the ribbon, it is in the number format. The number format shows it with the decimal points. So if you are using the numbers like sales amounts has been used, so don't go for a general format, go for a number format. So that will give you in the number way, the amounts and everything will be given. If you're using it in a currency format, a currency will be applied on the place of dollar. If you are using rupees, you can select it from the custom thing. We'll get rupees over here. It's not always that we get dollar only, we can get rupees also over here. But the format has to be currency over there. Then coming to accounting, the difference between currency and accounting is that if it is an accounting format, the currency will be on the left hand side of the cell. And for currency, the initial of the money which we have, rupees or the dollar sign, that will be just next to the amount. Now coming to the short date format, the short date will show the date as it is. If you go to the long date, it will be in words. In words means it will give the date, day, which day it is, the month will be displayed, and the date will be displayed. Time will be showing the time format. Any problem? Coming back to our book. The time format will be now percentage. What do you mean by percentage? Now, if I want to do it percentage, let's do it over here. If I want 8%, if I write 8 over here, simply it is in the general format. You can see it is in the general format. The minute I go for percentage, what happens? It converts itself to 800%. It multiplies by 100. So it is better if I want to put percentage, I type 8 and then put a percent sign. So it will automatically go in the percentage format because of the percentage sign, but it will not multiply by 100. The small little things are really very helpful when we are working with the formulas. So using the correct format is very important. Now fraction, this is a whole number, so nothing will go in the fraction. No use for scientific format is used when you are using the scientific formulas. For CAs, it is not that useful. So there is an error being shown over here in text.
Compliments.
Yeah.
Acha.
Any questions?
82.
And text will be from the left hand side corner of the cell. So even if it is 1, 2, 3, 4, if it is a text format, it is going to be in the left hand side of the corner. Now the same format, if I take it in the decimal, I have not changed the number from the whole number, I have come to the decimal. See how the decimals are going to work. You have to just observe this worksheet. Main thing is to understand that how the different numbers are going to work in different formats. The main difference over here, if you have taken it, see, if it is 12.34, it is going to take 12 as the date, and 0.34 will be converted into number of hours. You are going to put that 12.34 as time, and you select time as the particular format of the particular cell. So what it is going to do, 12 is going to be converted into number of days, and anything which is there after decimal will be converted into number of hours. Okay. Now 12.34, so it has multiplied by 100. So automatically it has become 1234.00. If we go see it in the percentage, the way I have showed you over here. Fraction, we all are aware about it. Simple maths. 12 divided by 1/3 is 1.3. 0.34 is 1/3 of the 1 rupee or 1 unit, whatever you call it. It is 12 1/3. Fine. And in text, it will be on the left hand side of the cell. Similarly, if it is single 1 by 1, I have kept it over here because it's the starting number. So see, when I put 1 in time, it by default takes 1900. 1900 is the starting calendar for the Excel. Our Excel calendar starts with 1900. So the first day in Excel is always January 1st, 1900. By default, it is going to be that. And if it is 1 o'clock or 1, so 1 means exactly the time has been starting. So it is 1st January at 12 a.m. Fine, clear with this? Can we go ahead? Now the first function we will be taking aggregate function. What is aggregate function? It is a higher version of the subtotal function. But how it is better than subtotal? We all have busy using subtotal. Whether yes or no, we'll see how subtotal works. Is equal to, okay, before I start with functions and formulas, what does Excel understand? Excel understands 4 things. What are those 4 things? The first one is the cell reference. Second is functions and formulas. Third, numbers. And fourth is true or false. Whether a particular thing is true or false. This true or false part will come by the end of the lecture. What is cell reference? The cell reference means the name of the cell. Whether it is a named cell or it is by default the name which is given to the cell. What is a cell? Cell is the intersection of columns and rows. Correct? So this particular thing is a cell, and the name of the cell is A1. How it is denoted? The column name and the row number. The column name and the row number denotes a cell name. And cell referencing means you are giving the reference to a particular cell. So that is cell reference. Second is formula and functions. The functions which are given in the ribbons, this all are the different functions which we have, and the formulas which we are going to learn. All the different formulas, aggregate functions, subtotal functions, sum if, count if, average if, all different functions, formulas which are inbuilt in the Excel. Excel understands them. And if we work according to the syntax, it gives us the desired result. Third thing is the numbers. If you are going to type numbers, it is going to understand what numbers are working for. Like if I want to multiply 10 by 15. So simply I can do is equal to 10 multiplied by 15. So it is understanding it. When I press enter, it is going to give me an answer. So not only the cell reference, it also understands the numbers. And the fourth one is true and false. True means it gives me the value if it is satisfied as true. If the logical function is satisfied, it gives me the true value. If the logical function is not satisfied, it gives me a false value. And true and false can also be for an exact match. That we'll see in the VLOOKUP. When we are doing VLOOKUP, there are 2 or 3 different kinds of true and false which comes. One is that if it satisfies this condition, we get a true value. If it does not satisfy the logical condition, we get a false value. So that is one part of the true and false. Now coming to the subtotal formula. Is equal to, every formula in Excel will start with is equal to. If you don't put is equal to, you just type anything, it becomes a text for the Excel. Because Excel doesn't understand what it is. So if it is a formula, it has to start with is equal to. Is equal to subtotal. Now see, I can see the subtotal over here. If I want to select the subtotal, I can use my arrow key and the tab. The minute I use the tab key, the entire function will be auto copy. Will copy paste wherever my highlighted thing will be there, that will be copy paste. Now in subtotal function, what is the syntax telling us? For every formula, we have to understand the syntax. Syntax plays a very important role in understanding the formula. Now the syntax is telling us function numbers. What do you mean by function numbers? Those are the function numbers. Immediately when we come to the function number syntax, it opens a list of functions for us. So from here, you can either select the function using your tab key or you can type 9. If you want to do sum is the 9 number. So you can type 9 over here, comma. Now next, it is asking me reference. The one which is highlighted in the bold is the next syntax of the function. Now it is asking me reference. Reference means what? What do you want me to sum? So over here, I click over here. Shift, Control and down arrow key will help me to copy everything. I leave the control key and use the up arrow key to remove the grand total. See in the formula bar what I have selected. It is H6 to H9. When I press comma, it is going to give me reference 2. Now I don't have anything in the reference 2 because entire range I have selected in reference 1. So I'll remove my comma using the backspace and I'll close my bracket. You can see the formula over here. Though it is not on the screen, you can see the formula in the formula bar. I can take the screen up. It will be seen on the screen also. It is there on the screen. And you can see as well as in the formula bar. Now this formula, when I want to complete it, I'll close the parentheses, I'll close the brackets and click enter. It is going to give me the total of the column. So that we can do it with auto sum also. So what's great about subtotal? What is the great about subtotal? That is when we use the filters. Suppose I put filters to you. Are you all aware how to put filters? Okay, let's do that. Select the first column, go to the data tab, put filter on. Okay, now I have filtered. Now I want the data for only East region. So what do I do? Remove everything, select only the East region and click OK. Automatically my subtotal over here changes. So what the total now at present it is there. The subtotal function gives you the total of the columns of the rows which is already present The hidden rows are not calculated. AutoSum will calculate the hidden rows also. Subtotal function is not going to calculate your hidden rows. Clear? Understood with this? I need to check my chat. Okay. Can you send the download? I have joined. Okay. I have the link with me. Please repeat. Okay. Do you want me to repeat? We'll do the same formula with some other function. Is equal to subtotal. Now to select a particular function directly, if I don't want to type the entire name, I use my tab key and the function is selected. Now this time we had some function over here. Here I want to count how many people are there in the east region. So what do? I select the count function. Select count and use the tab key, comma. So my function number is selected. Now it is again asking me reference. I select the same range again. Shift control down arrow. Selected the range. Okay. Close the brackets and enter. Here it is showing me there are 22 people in the east region. We'll just give the name over your count. And here we'll give sum. Okay. So this was the sum of east region and this is the count. Now on the place of east, I want to see for the west. So I click on the west, click on OK. And I've got the answers for the west region. I have not selected all of them. So I need to select, I have to increase my range. I increase my range and now it gives me the count for the west region. So with one click, by filtering my data, on the top of the data, I'm getting the sum and the count. Similarly, we can use it for the maximum. If I want to use it for maximum. But what is the maximum salary paid to the west region? So subtotal, max formula is 4. So I select 4, comma, again the same range. So I select, I'll give the range over here. Since we are using the filters, I'm not able to select the range completely. So I'll give the cell referencing. This is cell reference. What is cell reference? It's 6 colon to H102, which is the last row, 106, which is the last row of my data. Close bracket. Enter. So 65,000 is the maximum salary I'm paying. Let's check that, whether it is true or not. We have the list over here. And 65 is the last number which we are having, which is the maximum salary we are paying to the west region. Clear? Go ahead. Definitely, I'll give you 5 minutes to try this. Don't worry. Once again, a request, if you all can unmute, you all can please talk to me, because sharing my screen, going back to chat box, reading out what you are typing in the chat, it becomes a little difficult. So this is our max formula with the name over here, max. You all can try all these 3 formulas. Once you all are done with it, please let me know, then we'll go to aggregate. Okay, fine. Filter is very easy. I remove the filters. Oh, sorry, my cursor is over here. I select this. I clear this. Okay, and I remove the filter. See, now this is a simple data. There are no filters. If I want to put the filters, what I'm supposed to do? Whichever column I wish to put the filters, I select that particular column using, go to the data tab. Under data tab, I select filters and filters are applied. If I want to remove the filters, I just click again on the filters. There is the other place where I can find filter. I can also find the filter in the home tab. When you go to the sort option over your editing option, you click on the drop down arrow key to get a filter over here also. So filters are available on two places. One is in the home tab, in the editing option, editing area, where you can use the drop down arrow key and go to the filter, apply filter over there. And the next one is at the data tab, where you can have the filters. The shortcut key for the filter is Control plus Shift plus L. It is given over here. If you can see my screen, you will be able to see the shortcut for filter is Control plus Shift plus L. So this is the way I can apply the filters. With the help of filters, we can sort our data. Okay, fine. So we do one thing. Whichever formulas we are using it or whatever we are doing it, when we are sharing the shortcut keys, you can just make a list over here for your reference that for filter, you can give the name filter and can just give the shortcut keys over here, Control plus Shift plus L plus L. I'm sure you all must be knowing how can we edit a particular cell. To edit a particular cell, now this is written in the cell. Okay, fine. I don't want to erase this thing. What do? I just use F2 and edit a particular cell. If I go and type something over here, it is going to erase everything. But I don't want to erase what I have written. I just want to edit it. So I will use F2 function key to edit a particular cell. Going ahead, I hope you all have finished with subtotal. Now going ahead with aggregate. Now how aggregate is superior to subtotal function. Now let's do one thing over here. We'll keep an error over here is equal to this cell multiplied by this cell. Enter. So there is a value error over here. The minute you get an error over here, immediately you will get an error in the subtotal function also. But now let's see how does aggregate function helps us out. We type aggregate, immediately we select the tab key. Now the same function we are having, the same function, Excel has helped us out with the same function numbers. So again, we are going to select the same function number 9, comma, and now it is giving me, if you all are able to read it out, see here it is highlighted options. In subtotal, we did not have this options. We directly had function number and then we had reference, where we were supposed to select the array which we wanted to be added. Okay, but here we have options. Now what these options are there? See, the first option is ignore the nested subtotal and aggregate function. The for number one option is ignore hidden rows nested subtotal function. The third one which we see is ignore hidden rows error values nested subtotal and aggregate function. We'll select the third one because there is an error over here and still we want to ignore that error and go ahead. So we'll use the tab third option, comma. Now the syntax is array. So this time I'm going to select my array, shift control down arrow key. The last thing it is going to select, I'll select everything. Okay, comma. You can see the thing over here, how we are typing out this thing. Now close the bracket. The thing which is given in the square bracket is an optional thing in the syntax. So if you want to put it inside, you can put, otherwise you do not put. In aggregate function, we do not use, this is used when you are using the multiple formulas together. So at that time we use the k value. At present, we are using only the aggregate function, so we do not need to use that k value. We'll close our bracket and press enter. See what happens. Still we, in the subtotal function, the same function we are having. The same array we are having, it is the 9, which is the sum total. H6 to H109. Here when we come F2, it's the 9 function, sum function, H6 to 109, the same array we have selected. But here in aggregate function, with the help of the options, we can ignore the error and go ahead with the total. But in subtotal functions, if there is an error, it is not going to give you the value. Clear? So the difference between aggregate and subtotal, why aggregate it is a more higher version than subtotal. So aggregate function is available, I think so, in 2016, 19 and 365. So I don't think so aggregate function is available in 2010. I'm not sure about it. So we will be using aggregate function henceforth of the subtotal function. You all can try this. Put an error over here. Try generating any error and just try with the aggregate function. If you don't have a microphone in your laptop, it's fine enough. You can type it in the chat because I'm switching between my Excel sheet and chat box. It's okay, Rashida, if you're not able to speak out. Questions? Go ahead. Okay, fine. Everybody has completed for one second. Sorry. For aggregate, also we need to write is equal to yes. Without is equal to, you cannot set any of the formulas. The last cell in the total is 10910 should be included. If you include it, it is going to ignore the subtotals and the grand total. So don't worry if you include 110 also, Aparna. Not an issue. Every formula in Excel starts with is equal to, very true. Fine. So let's go ahead. You can use the same formula. I'll just train you once again. Aggregate functions, all the different functions here will go quickly with the count function. Option, again we give the same, the third option we are selecting so that we can ignore the hidden rows and the error values. Comma, we'll select the array, control shift down. See, if we are selecting 110 also, it is not going to make a difference. Close the bracket, enter. Still it is going to give me the same count. It is including the subtotals. It is giving me the same count. Fine. Now coming to this thing. We'll remove this thing. We'll remove the error from your hyper number over here. Aggregate function has included over here the subtotals. If I remove this thing, I don't want the aggregate functions and the subtotals one. We need to select 3 only. Okay. We'll select 3 over here, which will nest, it will ignore the nested subtotals and aggregate functions. Here what we are doing. Fine. Now coming over here. Normally, if we are using Excel, what is the simplest thing we do to add these two things? Or auto sum, alt plus the plus sign, the one sign which is left to the backspace. along with the is equal to sign which we have, we use the alt button. The alt button will be also the left hand side button of the space bar. We use this auto sum and we do it. Okay. Similarly, we do it over here, auto sum. Fine. Now, finally, if I want to find my earnings before interest and tax, I have two options. Either I use is equal to and use the cell reference and add both of them. Okay. This is what is I'm doing is my cell referencing. I'm selecting a particular cells and adding them. Okay, that is my auto sum thing, which I'm doing. But is this thing really going to help me out? If I use the auto sum over here, let's delete this and we'll use auto sum. So this time auto sum I don't want it on the side. I want my auto sum to be in the K column. So I select K and on the place of 13 I type K5. Okay, K5 to K12. That is what is my array. This is my array. If I go to this auto sum, what is the result I'm going to get? I'm going to get a wrong result because it is going to add up this thing also. It is going to include the total revenue. It is going to subtract this and it is going to subtract this again. So still I'm not getting what is the required answer. But if I use aggregate function over here, on the place of this, I use aggregate function 9, comma. If I want to skip one of the options in the syntax, what do? I give up, I don't leave anything and I press 1 again, comma. So see, immediately if there is a comma after a comma, it is going to skip the next option, the next syntax which is there, that will be skipped. I can select the array over here and close the bracket. And I get my answer. The same thing, control C, I come here, control V. I have an aggregate function over here. You can see in my formula bar, the same function I have it over here. Now when I do the same function over here, control V, F2, I need to increase my width. Okay, so this time I'll take K5 and press enter. I'm going to get the correct answer, which is 1,52,000 minus 76,470. So the aggregate function really helps us out when we are preparing in our daily needs. If we are preparing a balance sheet and P&L in Excel, along with the schedules, what do? We add up, right? Fixed assets we have. So we have breakups and fixed assets, that these are the land and building, which we have one block. If we have plant and machinery for 10% depreciation, we have a different block. And at the end, we go and add them. So we have a total fixed assets answer, which we put it in a balance sheet, right? So when you use this aggregate functions, the in between additions will be reduced. With simple one formula, you will be able to use this formula thoroughly. You won't get any errors. Suppose if you are giving over here the reference over here, suppose if I'm giving references the way we did this cell plus this cell, and you forget one of the subtotals in between, you will not get the correct answer. But with the aggregate function, you can select the entire range and still you are getting the work done with simple way. Clear? So done with aggregate and subtotal function. We'll go ahead. Next is the round function. Now, what do you mean by round? This round is a very useful function. Normally, whenever we calculate something, we calculate it into the decimals, and that decimals how we want to round it up. So we can use that thing. This is a small, very small example I've taken over here for round function, so that the function is clearly understood and all the different ways of round function can be explained to you. So here I just want to find the total salary. So salary into bonus. Okay, so if I want the total salary, what I need to do? First, I need to calculate the bonus. So this is salary into percentage will be my bonus. So I put them into brackets. One second. Again, we'll type it. F2. I'll put the brackets over here. So this becomes my bonus part. And then plus my original salary. So that will give me the total salary. Understood this clearly? Very simple to understand. This is what I have calculated the bonus. The bonus plus my total salary, bonus plus my original salary gives me my total salary. Now see, my total salary is in points. If you're working with the pay slips or if you're working with the payroll data and you get for every employee, you're getting the salary in points. How you're going to prepare that thing? It is going to be very difficult. So what do you do? Along with this total salary formula, you can use the round function. How do we use it? Is equal to round and it is asking me number. So here I can either type a number or I can select a cell reference. I can do two things. Either I can type the number itself or I can select a cell reference. Comma. The next syntax reads out number of digits. Number of digits means till which decimal I want to round it up. If I want to round it up to 2 decimals, I'll select 2 over here, close brackets and enter. It has been rounded up to 2 digits. And from here in my styles, in the home tab, I can reduce my decimal. I can come over here and reduce my decimals. So it has rounded up to 2 digits. So normally this is used in scientific formulas along with the scientific formulas, because in scientific formulas you have too many numbers and decimals and runs into points and points. So over there you use it. Similarly, we can use it in payroll. We can use this if you are calculating something in percentage wise. You're calculating bonus or commission. We are calculating it percentage wise. This way you can use it for rounding up. Please try this round formula. I'll show it to you. First, you can copy this. This is very easy. I don't need to explain you anything. It's the bonus calculated plus the salary, which gives us the total salary. We come to the main formula, that is the round formula. Now this round formula, I told you can use the number itself. So let's see how it works with the number. I type a number over here 1254.3689, comma, and I give 2 digits. I want to round it up to 2 decimals and I press enter. So see, it has rounded up to 2 decimals. So increase the width of this thing so that the thing is being read here. Now, if I want to make it a whole number, I don't want any decimal. How do I use it? Round, same function. Again, select the same number, comma, and number of digits, this time it is going to be 0. It is going to round it up to complete number. So if I want to pay the salary, I cannot pay it in points. I'll round it up to the complete whole number and carry forward it. So whenever I'm calculating my salary, along with my salary formula, I can put this. So how does my formula going to run with it? Round, open brackets. Over there, I'll again open the bracket. Salary multiplied by bonus, close the bracket, plus the salary, comma, and round it up to 2 digits or round it up to 0 digits and close the bracket. So I will be able to calculate my whole salary in the round form. So here, along with the formula, I have used my round option. You can copy this also. Try doing it on your own. It's a logical function which we are using it. No need to copy something. Just check the chat. Vaishali, you said that you're applying aggregate function in your Excel file, it's not appear. Might be you're using an older version of Excel, because I said if I'm not wrong, aggregate function was you introduced in 2016 Excel and 2019. So you can use subtotal function and you can see if you're using an older version. Done. Now this was just rounding up to a round figure. Okay. Now if I want to round it up to the closest 10, what do I do? Is equal to the same function, round, select the number. This time I'm giving a cell reference, comma, number of digits. I want to round it up to close 10. Means if it is 15, it has to become 20. So I'll press -1. It has reduced to 10. If it was over here 18 or 19, it would have increased it up to 20. It is taking the logical function that more than 5, it will round it up to the higher number. We just excuse me for a second. Now closest to 100, what do you do? The same function, round. Quickly we select the cell, comma, -2. -2 means 2 digits. Why? Understand what is this -1 and -2? -1 is the single unit thing which we are reducing it. -2 means units and tens which I want to reduce. -2 over here. Why -2 only? -2 means over here reducing your units as well as your tens. And it is rounded up to a whole sum number. So a round figure which we normally say. CA को तो जब भी calculate करो तो round figure में payment कर दो. That is the normal thing which we do it. So you can use this round figure thing when you're preparing your bills. Done with this? Very easy. Okay, let's go ahead. Everybody has finished. Now see, in each sheet, I have some transaction IDs, I have some expenses. This is my cost of goods sold. These are my admin expenses, my non-operating expenses, my ER expenses. And what I have to do in this 3D formula, I want the addition of this all expenses over here. I want a total expense over here. So what do I do? Is equal to sum formula. We all are aware about the sum formula. If people are not aware, I'll just brief up. Sum is for addition. Number, you have to select the number. So I go to CGOS. I select this. Shift down arrow key. I select it up to here till where I have my numbers. Comma. Then go to another thing. Select this sheet. Select this numbers. Comma. Again go to the sheet. Select this numbers. This is so tiring, Sam. If I have so many sheets, how much I have to do? I have to keep on working on it. It's really very painful. And if in case I forget something, what will happen? Enter. Close the brackets. See, you can see the formula in the formula bar. What I'm doing. Though this screen is not available over here, I'm using another worksheet, but still the formula is seen in the formula bar. Click OK and enter. This is what is the thing I have got it over here. This is the long form. Normally we use to add cells. What is the 3D formula? शॉर्टकट यूज करने की आदत है, एक्सेल है ही शॉर्टकट यूज करने के लिए. So sum, open brackets, we select admin expenses. I select it, shift control down arrow key. I extend my this thing for few more cells so that if in any other worksheets there are any more cells, that will also be covered up. ER expenses and close bracket and press enter. 1 second, I'll just amend this thing. I want to explain you something. So I just amend this thing. I remove the CGOS from here. Okay. So removing that CGOS and press enter. Okay. The sheet name, so I need to put it in single inverted commas. Then operating, non-operating. Here I have done, okay. Sorry, I made a mistake. Again, we'll type it 3D formula. Shift. We go to admin expenses. Shift control down. We select few more cells just on a safer side that if those cells are filled in some other places, we click on ER expenses. We press shift. We pressing the shift key, we click on ER expenses and then close the bracket. Enter. I get the same answer. I'll do it once again. There was a confusion. Is equal to sum, open brackets, go to admin expenses. There you select the array. Let's select the array. Okay. Keep pressing a shift key. Don't leave the shift key. Click on ER expenses and then close the bracket and enter. Okay. So just copy this formula and this formula, and then I'll show you what is the difference. Is this clear how you are supposed to copy? Or shall I show it once again? Done? No, ma'am. Once again. Okay, fine. Okay. Once again, see, if I have to add it in the long form, is equal to sum, open brackets, go to that particular thing, select shift control, okay, comma, go to the next sheet, again select, comma, again go to the third sheet, select and close the bracket, enter. And this is my long form. Now coming to 3D is equal to sum, open parenthesis, go to admin expenses, select the number of cells. I select few cells, assuming that in other sheets there might be some data in the cells also. So I should not miss out anything. I press my shift key, long press, I have kept my shift key, click on this thing till the last worksheet which I wanted. I click on the last worksheet till where I want to include all the cells and close the bracket and enter. This is my 3D formula. Practice this, then I'll show you one more innovative thing in this. why long form is, why 3D is more better than long form, and why it is called 3D. There is one more reason why we call it 3D. Very good. Okay, coming back. Now, here we have taken admin expenses to ER expenses. Now I pick this CGOS, I put it between admin and non-operating. What happens? My formula automatically gets updated. If I'm using long form, my formula doesn't get updated because here specifically I have selected a worksheet. But in 3D formula, if I just pick this up and put it in between, see, it is not there. The total is not there. I put it in between. What will happen? My 3D formula is updated. Saw the fun? So this really helps us out. Suppose if you want to add one more sheet over here, one more expense has been included in your total expenses, and you include one sheet over here, automatically your formula will be updated. You don't need to do anything else. Just have to insert a sheet. As simple as that. Try doing this. How do we shift a sheet? There are two ways of shifting sheets. One is directly picking it up and putting it around. You can use this with your mouse, or else what you can do is right click on it, move or copy, and you can select where you want to put. Suppose if I want to shift this particular sheet, which sheet it was? One second, let me check. It was COGS. Okay, so if I want to move this sheet between, see, at present it is between admin expenses and non-operating. I wanted to put it between non-operating and ER. So I select ER before sheet, click OK. So automatically it has shifted from year to year. But still it is included in my formula. Done? Does this work with work with all data that I want is in the same column? Yes, it will work with this all the data. But the only thing you have to take care that first time when I had selected admin expenses, the range which I had selected over here, you have to increase your range. Suppose in COGS, if you have your data more than you have more rows over here. Here we have data only till 7 rows. And in admin expenses, I had started, it was only till 10. So in COGS, you have more data over here. Suppose you have till 12. So when you're selecting admin expenses, you're supposed to select 12. So this is the reason I have selected empty cells also over here. So that in case in any of my other sheets, if there is any data in those rest of the cells, that will also get included. If it is blank, it is going to ignore it. If there is data, it will include it. That is the logic of the 3D formula. Done? Can we go ahead? What happens if admin expenses has a total? Don't include the total in your array. As simple as that. The array you are selecting it is an admin. Don't include that one. My answer is coming 0. Kanchan. Why answer is coming 0, dear? What is the problem? 1 second. Which version you are working in? If you all are working in the olden version, this all is all the new versions, 2019 to the 365. This whatever I'm teaching, all the new versions formulas. If you are working in the old version, you might get it 0. You can update it. You get 2019 this thing also over there. So try doing updating. Try updating today, Kajan, so that tomorrow when we are using the thing, it is updated software you have sharing with you. Then please go ahead. I don't get operating sheet total. It takes only operating and ER. It only takes operating and ER. Why so? Just select, see how you are selecting it. I'll show you once again. Equal to sum, open parenthesis, open bracket. We'll go to non-operating this time. Select non-operating, shift, and we extend our thing till 15 or 13. Maximum we have till 13. I've kept just few columns, few rows, so that you all, it is useful for you. You all understand the formula. We select up to ER. Okay, so now see this over here, it has to be highlighted. Non-operating is also highlighted, COGS is also highlighted, ER is also highlighted. And the same thing over here, you can see it, non-operating colon to ER. Colon means everything between non-operating and ER. And then you close the bracket and press enter. You selected non-operating, COGS, ER. If I put admin expenses between non-operating and ER, it will also update my formula. It has updated. Before admin expenses I had removed, so see what was the total. It was 10,920. Now I just pick and put it in between. My total has automatically become 12,570. Fine. See this worksheet which I have prepared. If you are working in this worksheet, when you click over here, automatically you will recollect what you have done. So I've prepared the worksheet itself in such a way that it becomes a notes for you. So those who are attending this thing, along with my explanation, this everything is going to be on a note for you. Because everywhere we are working, the worksheet itself is like that way that it forms a note for us. We don't need any return notes or any other thing to use it. You do Excel is like this, also a practical topic. Okay, now what is transpose? Can we go ahead? Everybody finish with it. Okay. What happens if admin expenses has a total? I told you can leave the total just blank, or you can just ignore that thing, or you can use an aggregate function along with it. Along with the sum function, you can use the aggregate. If time permits, in today's class only, we'll be seeing how we are working formulas together. Okay, let's go ahead. We'll go with transpose. Now, what do you mean by transpose? Are you all aware with transpose? What is transpose? Any idea? Anybody? Yes. Ankita, very nice question. Expenses in all sheets are in B column. Of course, the range you have selected is the B column range. That is the reason again and again I said that when we are selecting over here, when we are selecting the range over here, we had selected B2 to B13. So everywhere in each sheet, your expenses have to be in B column. So whatever the data is there in B2 to B13, that will be included irrespective. See, Excel doesn't understand that what is the data. It does not understand that these are the transaction ID and this is the expense. This all is text for Excel. At the beginning of the lecture, I told you Excel understands only 4 things. That is the cell referencing, functions and formulas, numbers, and true and false value. So rest everything is text for Excel. So whether it is expenses, it is transaction numbers, everything is going to be text. You give the formula, it will, if you give a correct formula, you'll get the desired result. Excel is not AI. It is not artificial intelligence that it will understand that the expenses are in B column and transactions are in A column. Excel doesn't understand that. Excel only understands numbers and the way you play with the numbers. Now coming to my question, anybody knows what is transpose? Transpose is row to columns conversion and vice versa. Very good, Aparna. Fine. Can we select with C with P. Yeah, you can do. No, you can't select two columns. Otherwise, it will use the sum product. If you select the two columns along with it, it will come to the sum product thing. It will not give you the desired result. Because two columns means it multiplies, it becomes sum product formula. Okay, so as Aparna has told that transpose is row to columns conversion. Very good answer. In simple words, in layman's language. This is horizontal, this is vertical table which I have. I want to convert it into horizontal table. Means the column headings I want it in the row heading. This column headings I want to convert it into the row heading. How do I do it? Select. Shift control down, right arrow. Once again, I'll show you how do we select. Shift control down, right arrow. Everything is selected, control C. Come over here. Paste, you find a option over here, transpose. There is the transpose option. You get a transpose option over here. Click on transpose option. Things are done. Very easy. Once again, I'll show you. Control Z to undo. We all know about it. This is already selected and copied. I give a right click. You can't do control V. If you do control V, it will copy paste. But when you want to do transpose, you have to give a right click on the formula and go to the transpose option over here. Click on transpose and your vertical thing is changed to the horizontal calendar. Okay, try this. Come on. Very easy to transpose. Done. Check my chat. Can we use aggregate formula with three formula? We'll try. I'll show you in tomorrow's lecture how to do it. Shortcut key for transpose. There is no shortcut key for transpose. You need to do it in your right arrow. Okay. Now what happens? Now if I change over here, if I make this 16, this thing is not getting updated. I have transposed the thing from here, but this is an individual thing. This is another individual. There is no link between both of them. See, I've changed the date over here, Thursday 15 to 16. Nothing has changed over here. So that is, there is no link. If in transpose, I want to create a link. So I need to use the transpose formula. How do we use it? Okay. So to use it, let's count the number of columns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 columns we have. Don't have Sundays, so we have only 6 columns in our calendar. And this columns we wanted in rows, so we'll need 6 rows over here. And how many rows we have? We have 7 rows, so we need 7 columns. So what we'll do, we'll use the shift key, use your arrow key, select 6, this is 4, 5, we need 6, right? So we'll select one lesser one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1 over less over here also, okay? Equal to transpose. Select. Now it is asking me array. So I select the array from here to here. Okay. Close brackets. Shift, control and enter. Shift, control and enter. Now when I change this 20 to 21 over here, it will change here also. When you copy paste, it does not have any link. When you use the transpose option, it gives a link between two tables. Come on, use this option and just see whether you are able to use the transpose. I'll explain you once again. What do we do? There are 6 columns. We select 5 rows because I want one lesser one over here. I want to show you how you can update transpose. Okay, so we'll select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and here 6 columns. because we have 7 rows. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Equal to transpose. Use your tab key. Select the array. Shift last to cell. Entire array is selected. First cell, last cell, you click, entire cell has been selected. Close the bracket. Keep the shift key, control key pressed along with the enter key. And the transpose function works. Okay, now when I update this 15 again, this with 20, automatically both my tables will be changing the data. Try it for yourself. Then okay, this is the link. Okay, it has been shared for you. You can come directly to the transpose worksheet where we are working. Can you please repeat the formula? Transpose, what it does, it converts the column headings to the row headings. The first formula which we used was the copy paste formula. I'll just click over here, shift key, and the last cell, control C copies it. If I want to paste it over here, I will click over here, right arrow key, and we have a transpose option in the paste options. You select that and it is pasted. But the difference between both of them is that they don't have any link. If I change this to 12, this is not going to change. This will still remain the same. So they both become identical. No, sorry, they don't become identical. They become different charts or different data altogether. They don't have any link in them. But when you are using the transpose option, we make a link between both of them. So whatever you're changing in this data, you are going to change in this data also. And where do we use this? Again, I'll show you the transpose option. We are having 6 columns, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have 7 rows, no need to count about this. I go to transpose over here. I select my columns are going to become my rows. So I select 5 columns, shift down arrow key, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns selected, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 rows and 6 columns selected is equal to transpose, and we select the array. We go up. This is the original table which we have. Shift down arrow key, shift control and enter together. First close the bracket and then shift enter and control together, and you will be able to transpose your data. We are going too slow for today. Can we just speed up, because starting 15-20 minutes we had included in introduction. So I need to complete all the things today. Let's see how it goes. Done. Now see, we have a Saturday row over here, but we don't have it over here. We have a 31st row over here. We don't have a column over here. So I want to increase my this thing. So what do I do? How do I increase my array? Shift control, I increase my array. Shift control down, I increase my array. My array is increased. And here also I expanded vertically as well as horizontally. I click over here. Again on my formula bar in the function and press shift control enter. My entire table is updated. So in future, if you want to add Sunday over here, you can add Sunday also, and then you can include it in your transpose. That will be not done where you have done copy paste. Your copy paste is not going to change anything over there. But wherever you have a transpose thing where you increase increase your array, you can update your data accordingly. Clear? Come on, try this. Once again, I'll show you what did I do. Select the array. Using the shift key, I select one more row over here because I want the Saturday below Friday. I increase one column width also because I want that 30, 31 also to be there. I click in the formula bar, press shift, control, enter together to update my chart or table. Done? Then anybody share with me the material of webinar? I just joined the session. So Nali just now shared the thing. Shweta ma'am, if you are there, please share the link once again. Are you all able to do it, dear? Or you all want me to explain it again? I'm seeing too many people asking me questions. Transpose done. Very good. Okay. Please explain again. Seema. Fine. Please pay attention. This is once again I'm explaining you the same thing. Transpose is converting your column headings to row headings. How do we do it? If we use copy paste, I have already shown you it does not have any link between both the datas. If you want to create a link, we need to use the transpose option. Equal to, so sorry. First we need to select the array. This time we'll directly select 6 rows. Shift control. Shift and the 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7 automatically selected equal to transpose. Using tab key, I select this thing. Here I have to select the array. First cell, shift I have pressed, and last cell, the entire array is selected. Shift plus control plus enter, all the 3 keys together. A combination of 3 keys we are going to use. Shift, control, enter. And transpose is done. Very simple to be done. Now where we can use this transpose? Transpose सीख तो लिया, सब कुछ आ गया. Where it is useful? You don't have to, while selecting, Rashida, you don't have to press control. While selecting, you have to just press key. Reporting, presentation, okay, Divya, very good. One important place where we need this. I use it frequently for that purpose. Other than Divya, anybody can guess where we can use this transpose option? In Excel final accounts. Okay. Yeah, you can. Rashida, are you able to work with it? Transpose, I think so it is available in 2010 also. So if you're working in 2010, I think so it should be fine enough. You have to download, Rashida. Have you downloaded thing? See, I'll show you once again how copy things. You don't have to press control. When you're copying, you have to just press shift. Is equal to transpose open bracket. Okay, I've not selected the array. So using my shift key, I'm selecting the array here. I have not pressed yet control button. I don't have to press the control button throughout my formula. Transpose array, then I have to select the array. Still, I'm not going to, okay, I'll select this array this time. I'm not pressing control button. I'm just pressing shift button. Till now, I have just pressed shift button, close the bracket. Till now, I have not used my control button. Now, when I want to finalize this thing, I want to fix this thing, I'll press shift, control and enter button at last. Shift, control and enter button at last. There is one more extra row where there was no data, hence it has given me a sign of NA because this is an extra column which I had selected. There was no data in this, so that is the reason it is giving me NA. Okay, we have a transpose data over here. I use this preparing my bills. This is a small society bill which I have brought it for your case study. What we are supposed to do, I prepare my society. See, if we are working, if we are practicing chartered accountants, and we get only one single society to maintain the books of accounts. So, are we going to spend thousands of rupees taking a package for it? No, Excel helps us doing that. So, what we do, we prepare a list. Here, I have prepared members list where in one single Excel worksheet, I have given the bill numbers, bill dates I have given. This code is the, you can call it room number or flat number. And these are different taxes which have been taxed in the bill. Now, if I have to prepare the bill also along with this, what do? I use my transpose option. For that, in the next worksheet, coming to transpose formula worksheet, here I have a small rough bill pattern format which I have prepared. This is not the actual format. You can have additions and subtractions in this. But this is a basic format which I have prepared just to explain you the transpose formula that you can use for transpose for maintaining your society accounts. Because for every small thing it is not feasible to purchase softwares. So we can use Excel in that way. Or if you're preparing your own bills, you want to prepare your own bills, forget about the society bills. You want to prepare your own bills. In the list over here, you have in the name of code, you have your client's name, and in the place of your municipal tax, general maintenance, water charges, you have your statutory tax audit, you have statutory audit, you have your tax audit, you have audit GST audit charges, you have accounts writing charges, you have consultation charges. You can keep all your headings which is included in your bill. And you can keep your data of all your clients along with the bill number and data with this. How do we use this? Now here, this is simple. This is all data. There is no formulas over here. Only this thing is a formula, which is a simple sum formula, which I have used. Now, what I want from this worksheet where I have all my data for all my flat numbers or all my clients, whatever you call it, with all the heading to be there transposed to my bill automatically. So how it is going to work? Come to the transpose formula. Here, in nature of charges is equal to transpose. Sorry, I need to first select the array. There are, let's count that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 7 columns over here in my bill also. So we select all the 7 columns using the shift key. Okay, equal to transpose, the same thing we are doing. On the place of array this time, I'm going to select this. Using my shift key and right arrow key. No control button used. Using the shift key and right arrow key, I have selected the array over here. Okay, close the bracket, shift control, enter to close the thing. The list of the entire column headings is over here now. Come on, try it for yourself. Without using anything copy paste, just use the transport formula and take the list of the nature of charges. Done, students? Got stinging messages already done. That is 442. Very good. Okay. The similar way, I can use the transpose option over here also equal to transpose. Quickly, I go to my data. I select this thing, shift. I select the last cell, close the bracket, control shift, enter. And my bill is ready with one click. If I keep this format for all the bills, for all the society, all the flat members, or all my clients, I keep a bill format. What I have to do every time, I just need to update over here. Suppose I increase the sinking fund from 194 to 205. Automatically in my bill, it will be updated to 205. I don't have to do anything. I just need to update this sheet. If I have increased the sinking fund for one person, definitely I'm going to increase for everyone. As simple as that. So all my bills have been prepared. How do I make this thing? Simple. Create, move or copy, create a copy. Create a copy where exactly just before the after that, after transpose the formula, I want to create one more copy. So I have one more copy of transpose F2. So like this way, if I maintain for each client, I keep one bill ready for it. So the minute I finish my work, see, we CAs are very bad at billing. We say that a client does not pay us, but do we remember that when did we send our last bill? We have everything verbally talked with him that this is my fees, you're supposed to pay me this, fine enough. But then when it comes to preparing a bill and sending them the bill, we are very lazy. हाँ काम तो हो गया फिर दूसरे client का काम ले लिया and then we forget that we have to send the bill. But with this help, you just need to update your data over here. Your bill is ready. You can send the bill automatically to the client. You have to just say Control P, print the bill, or you just can have a PDF format of it and send a soft copy. Things become so easy for us, isn't it? Yes, you should leave the ship button and then please explain, make a copy. Okay, Hital, I'll do that. You have to leave the ship button and then write transpose. You don't have to hold the shift button. Copy is very simple. If I want to make a copy of this particular file, right click on the file name, move or copy, create a copy. Where do you want to copy? If you want to create it in the same file, you select before which file, before which worksheet you want to create the copy. Suppose if I want to create the copy over here before text to column, that is after transport formula F2. I want to create the third copy. So I'll select over here and click OK. And the third copy is over here. So in this array, I just have to change from D5 to D6. As simple as that. So for every with simple formulas, I can maintain the bills for all my clients. Even if you are having 40 members in one society, you just have to make 40 copies of this particular bill. I have a option. I use this Excel for printing the receipt numbers, printing the receipt along with the bill. That I'll be able to help you out when we are learning if function. Okay, so how the receipt numbers can be automatically entered. All the routine work which we need to do it manually, that can be reduced with the help of Excel just by using few formulas wisely. Okay, so we have done with your fine. Now can we go ahead? Can we finish with this transpose thing? Everybody is okay with it? All done? Namrata Paul, you can add column and transport data will get updated automatically. Okay. Explain one more time. Everybody is done with it, dear. Okay, fine. Short, very quickly, I'll explain you. If I want the amount column over here, so what do I do it? Shift. Okay, let's do it over here only. I'll delete this data first. I delete this data. I have selected this column equal to, I'm not pressing my shift key. Once again, I'm repeating, I'm not pressing my shift key. I'm just typing transpose using tab key. I select the formula. Quickly, I go to my data where I want this. It is my third bill. So I select D7. Shift key. Now I have pressed to select all the cells. Close the bracket quickly. Shift control enter combination key. And it is done. Fine. Will end up because then it will become too redundant for others. Now text to column. Okay. We all know we all are working in GST. Most of the clients are like GST number de denge, PAN number nahi denge. TCS has been applied. So now most of the time what happens that TCS numbers, we need to put the, for filing TCS returns, TDS returns, we need PAN number. We don't have PAN numbers, we need to extract PAN numbers from GST this thing. How do we do it? There are two ways. First one is the mid function, MID mid function. How does the mid function work? Equal to MID mid, open brackets, select the text. Syntax is select the text. So this is my text. I have given a cell reference. Comma. Start number. What do you mean by start number? Start number means from where I want to start extracting. So I want to extract the third digit. So I'll say 3, comma, number of characters. How many characters do I want to extract? So I want to extract 10 characters, which are my PAN number, close bracket, enter. And the PAN number is extracted. If I want to select the entire sheet, how do I do it? Click on this small row, arrow. This entire sheet has been selected, and now for the entire sheet, I'm increasing the font size. Okay? The font size has been increased for the entire sheet, so that it is easily visible. Once again, I'll show you what do we do for mid is equal to MID mid. Mid means extracting data from the middle of the text. So first select your text, that is your first syntax. Your second syntax is the start number from middle, which number you are going to select. So the third one I'm going to select, comma, and how many characters? That is 10 characters. Close the bracket, done. This is very boring that for each character I'm going to do it. First do this, then I'll show you the shortcut. Use the mid function. Done? Okay, fine. So the mid function is very simple. But now mid function works only on a particular cell. It does not work for the say a range of cells. So if I have a big huge list, then how do I work with it? So what I do, shift control down arrow key, I select the entire list, go to data tab, go to text to column. In text to column, I select fixed width. Next, where do I want the breakup after 2 digits? So these are the lines. This 10 means 10 characters. So first character, second character. After second character, I put an arrow. Then after 12th character, 10th is over here. So 11th and 12th. After 12th character, I put an arrow. Go to next. Where do I want it to be pasted? This is my destination. It is asking me. I put my destination that I wanted an I1. No, I wanted an I2. Okay. I2, click finish. My state code, my PAN number, and the last 3-digit representing GST number has been separated at a single click. So if you have even 100 GST numbers, easily you can do it. I'll explain you once again. Shift control down arrow key, I select the entire range. My range is small. You can have a range of 100 numbers also. Go to data tab. Under data tab, you have a text to columns. There you go to fixed width. Select the fixed width over here. Click next. Click the width over there. Wherever you want to separate. I want to separate the state code. I want to separate the PAN number and the last 3 digits. So 2 places I have put my arrows. Okay. Next, select the destination. Destination means मुझे कहाँ पे paste करना है. I want to paste it over here. So I select this destination and click finish. And your work is done. Come on, try this. So separating one single column into n number of columns is very easy using the text to column formula or function. Done? Very good. I have a view option only. Sonali, what is this view option you're talking about? That you can only view the worksheet? Is it that? Then you need to enable the worksheet over there. See, right over here, somewhere, one second. Where is my worksheet? See, here you will get somewhere enable option over here. When you download this thing, see, I've downloaded this already. Won't open because it is already open over here. Somewhere here you will get an enable option. If you click on the enable option, you will be able to work in the worksheet. So now are you able to do it now? Okay, fine. Enable but still not working, Amita. Amita, it should work. Okay. Coming back to our day one worksheet, this we have done. This is we are separating 2 columns. Now here we had a fix with GST number. We all know that the state code is 2 digits. So all that if we want to separate all the GST numbers, so we have a fix with that. After 2 digits, we have to put the arrow. Just imagine if it is a name and a surname which is there in the same name. So somebody might have the name. I have a sheet over here with aggregate function. Let's take it over here. Let's do this concatenate function. Here the name, somebody is having 4 characters name, somebody is having 8 characters name, somebody is having 7 characters this thing, and 6 characters surname. So the name and surname or any admin or region you can say, you won't have the same character length. So in that condition, what do you do? Concatenate function actually will first, what is concatenate function? Concatenate function is used to join 2 columns. You can just write over here concatenate function to join 2 columns. Okay. So now if I want to join these 2 columns, I want the name and the surname in the same column. How do I do it? Equal to concatenate. To select, use your this, select the concatenate tab key, select the text. Aparna, that is your first text, comma, select Padke, that is the second text, close the bracket, and you have joined it. But what has happened over here? When you use the concatenate function, there is no delimiter or there is no space bar between the name and the surname, so it does not separate that thing. So if I want to separate that thing, what do? I use the same function is equal to concatenate. Again, I select using my tab key. Again, the same Aparna I am selecting, comma, on the place of text 2, I want a space bar. On the place of text 2, I want a space bar. So space bar is a character for Excel. So I put any characters when you have to enter in the Excel, you put it into double inverted quotes. Okay, comma, that becomes my text 2, and now I go and select Padke and close the bracket. So now I have a name which is Aparna Padke, separated with a space bar. This is really going to work for me using my fill handle and my mouse. Let's go down using my fill handle. This thin plus sign is a fill handle. with the left click, I drag it down the same formula everywhere. So from 2 columns, I have got a single column. Use this concatenate function. Please use it like this way also and use it in this format also, so that you understand how is the text divided into 2 parts. Because when you are joining 2 columns, there is no separator in between. And in this particular thing, we have put the space bar as a separator. So use both the functions simultaneously. I have shown twice or thrice Rekha that how you're supposed to download Excel. Simply I'll show you once again. If you are joined late, no problem. Here, this is the link. When you paste the link, this is the thing which comes out. You go to the file menu. In file menu, you have a download option. There you click on Microsoft Excel. When you click on Microsoft Excel, there is a file which opens over here. See that there is a file which opens over here. And when you click on this file on the drop down arrow key, you can open when done. Okay, this is the way you can open the file. When you open this file, you have an enable button over here which you need to click to work in the file. Right? I have too many copies open with me. Fine, done with this. That is concatenate function. Now, this is the name and the surname which I have joined. So concatenate function is to join 2 columns. Okay. Now, if I want to separate this, but when I go to use the fixed width, it is not going to work with this because everybody's name is not of the same length. So how do I use this? First of all, these are the concatenate functions. See, in the formula bar, you can see the function. So I want the text to be displayed. So how do I do it? Shift down arrow key, right click on it. Copy it. So we'll use the copy button and you have to paste it over here. But you don't have to use control V. You're going to paste special. So you're going to paste the values. This 1, 2, 3 second option, paste option, which you can see now using the right click. You're going to click over there. So what is the difference between this two? Here you are having concatenate function. When you see in the formula for bar, it is aparna padke over here. It is the value which has been pasted over here, and here you can see the function which is working. Clear? Now, if I want to separate this, so I will again select the same thing. I have the same my text to column, but this time I don't have fixed limit. I'll go to delimited. I'll go to delimited, select next, and there I'll select the delimiter as a space. Space is my delimiter because what is dividing my name and surname? It is the space bar. The space which I've left in between is my delimiter. So see, in the data preview, you will be able to see in one column you have all the names, in the other column you have all the surnames. Okay, click next. The same thing we are going to do. Here we are going to select the destination. Where do I want? In the N column, I want the names. In the O column, I want the surname. So I select N. Only one single cell I select. And I click finish. So it is going to work for the rest of the cell. Okay. So it is going to work for the rest of the cell. Once again, I'll show you. Select the range which you want to divide into 2 cells. Go to text 2 columns. Use the delimited this time. On the place of fixed width, we are going to use delimited. Click next. Click space over here. Because what is the delimiter? What is dividing the name and the surname? It is the space bar which is dividing. Okay, so you're going to select the space bar over here. Go to next. There you're going to select the destination. I want my destination. Either you can type over here this destination, or you can use your mouse to click and then click on finish. Come on, try this. Can we use transpose function and pivot table? I don't think so. You can use. But in pivot table, you can easily shift the rows to columns. That will be doing on the fourth day, I think so. You don't need transpose function in pivot table. Why do you want it? The pivot table itself is so dynamic that you just shift the columns and rows the way you want it. Ma'am, few names in our list have middle names also. Then how we can separate? Okay, let's see that. Coming to the same page, which was my this was the no, this is not the worksheet we were working. Let's have a name. I'll keep my name Zainab Lokhandwala. Okay. Then we have Murtaza underscore Kachwala. And then we have Shweta underscore Desai. So I've forgotten a surname. Fine. Here on the place of underscore, we'll put something else. We'll put minus and Desai. Okay. So this all three are in different formats. One is having the surname along middle name with the space bar. Murtaza Kachwala is having an underscore and Sweta Desai is having minus sign. So how do we work with this data? Select all the three data. Go to text to column. Go to delimited. Next, in delimiters, you select space. In others, you select in others you can type over your underscore and underscore. Okay. Click next. We select where we want this to be put down. So we select this particular cell and we click on finish. See, it has been divided. Sweta Desai did not get divided in two columns because it is separated with minus sign. We did not select delimiters as minus. Now imagine on the place of minus, it was colon which was used over here. Okay. On the place of this, we select this thing, go to text to column. Again, we select delimited. This time I'm going to select the semicolon of colon, comma style colon, and click next. I want this thing. No, it's still not going to work because it's the semicolon. So we cancel this. We change this thing first, F2. We change this to semicolon. We'll change this one so it will be better in a condition to understand. Or we'll keep a comma over here. So comma is separating Sweta with her surname. Again, we select all the three. Go to text to column, delimiters. This time we'll have three delimiters. The underscore, the space bar, and the comma. Okay. So we have selected all the three delimiters. Next, we select the destination. So my destination this time is going to be this, and I click finish. So even the name and the surname is going to get divided. The middle name will go in the middle column, and Sweta Desai is also this time easily divided because we have used the comma, which was a type of delimiter. Done? Clear with this? Can anyone please share the link of Excel as I am not able to operate in PC previously? Shweta ma'am, can you please do this? Ankita, you're not able to use data tab. Why so, dear? Can you share your screen, Ankita? Let me check what is the problem with your screen. If you are able to do other things, you are definitely going to be able to do this thing because this is there in 2007 as well as 2010. Will you be able to present your screen? You don't have an option to share the screen. Okay, fine. So how do I help you? If you can't present your screen, we have a only chat option. Fine.
मैडम उनको
Can we
पैनलिस्ट बनाता हूँ
put,
तो उन लोग शेयर कर पाएंगे मैडम
Okay, fine. हाँ कर दो please. Can we put more than one delimiter in others column? No. In others column, you can put only one delimiter at a time. So if you want to perform the same thing for the other delimiter, you need to use the function once again. How can I change the destination directly if by chance I choose a wrong destination? By selecting the cell. Anushi, you just need to select the cell. I'll just show. See now, if this is the thing which I have selected, I go to the text to column, delimited, next, next. And here, if I've selected the wrong destination, so if I've selected this, so before clicking finish, I can again go there, give my cursor, use my mouse button, click over there, remove that destination and select another destination and then click finish. Once you have done finish, it is not valid because there is no empty column over here. That is the reason it is asking me destination is not valid because we need 3 columns. Here the destination I had given J, there were only 2 empty columns. So I need to put it in I column to finish off my work. So on the place of L, I can just put I over here and finish it off. If before finish button you want to change the destination, you can go to the destination tab and you can change it over there. Either you can type it over there or you can do one thing that go to the particular cell and select that cell. Done. Who was about to share the screen? Ankita, you were able to, you were supposed to share the screen. I've stopped sharing my screen. You can do that. Is there any other symbol in between other than text column and space? How we can separate? You can use the different options are over there. When you go to the text to columns, go to the delimited options. You have tab, you have semicolon, you have comma, and you have others option over there. And you can check whether your text is qualifier or not qualifier. If it is not qualifier, it will give you the option over there. Oh, I'm not sharing my screen at present. Fine. In step 2, convert to text to column wizard. In step 2, you will be able to see what are the delimiters. And in case if the 4 delimiters which are mentioned, that is tab, semicolon, comma, and space is not there, you can put in others the way I have put the underscore. And you can select that, check that other tab, other delimiter, and in other delimiter, you can type the underscore and you can click on next. Coming to my chat section. Ankita, okay, fine. Data here, you are having a data tab over here. Ankita, I can see that. You need to click on text to column. But before that, you need to select the text, right? Please select some text and then go to the text to column.
मैडम वो अंकिता मैडम को बोलो शेयर
हाँ वो शेयर किया उसने, दिख रहा है हम लोग को. हाँ, select this. Now you go to text to column. No, you don't have to right click. You have to go to the data tab and there. Okay, here you have to copy. You not paste special. You have to use the copy option. Copy. Yeah. Now go to the text to column. No, you can't. You don't have to paste here. Acha, what you are doing? You're pasting the values. What are you exactly doing? I'm not getting what you are doing here. Okay, got it. Fine. Is there any other symbol in between other than text that we have done? Fine. Okay, so we are left with many more sheets to be done today. What are those sheets? Let me check what we have left. Transpose we have finished. Okay, so referencing, charts, tables, everything is left here. Oh God, too much of data has been left. Fine, we'll do it tomorrow then. It's already 5:15. We shall end the lecture over here. I hope you all enjoyed and you have learned and upgraded your skills. Please remove from panelist. Okay. So can we end the lecture today at 5:15 or 5:14? See you all tomorrow at 3. And we'll try to complete this as well as we'll try to do the next one also, the day 2 worksheet also. Have a nice day, everyone. Okay, who has doubts? I can wait for you. Rashida, what doubts you are having? Can you unmute your mic and talk to me? Is that option available for you?
मैडम किसको बात करना है?
रशीदा को कुछ डाउट था तो उसको अनम्यूट करो ना. Where can you get the recorded session that WRC?
किया मैडम, उनको बोलो. रशीदा मैडम बात करो.
हाँ.
Hello.
Rashida, you can talk to me. What? हाँ बोलो.
I don't have a. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Rashida.
Actually, you know what? Don't wait, because I am a bit slow in this Excel thing, no? So that cognate, I am still stuck at that cognate function only. So I'm now trying to do it myself. If I have doubts and if I'm not able to do it, I think can I just send you some query on your personal ID or something like that?
You can do that thing also. And if anybody, see, I request you all that whatever we have done today, please practice it. We have 3 more days to go. If any one of you have any doubts on whatever we have done today, we can do that tomorrow. I will just help you out in short. Okay, I will not explain you that much in doubt, but I will explain you in short. Pranali is having a problem with aggregate function. What is your doubt, Pranali, in sales and expenses? Aggregate function in sales and expenses. Pranali, I'm not getting what you are saying. Rashida, you tried on your own. If you are not able to do it, dear, I will help you tomorrow. Don't worry about it. See, this is an evening session, and I want that all the participants should learn together.
I'll practice it. And can I leave now? No.
Yeah, everyone can leave. Please. Anushri, you have a query. What is your query?
Ma'am?
Yeah.
Continue. I just wanted to know the concatenate function. How can we give the space? Right? I was little confused for that only.
I will share my screen and show it to you. My screen is visible to you, dear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, in this first concatenate function, we have selected, read the syntax. The syntax says text 1. We have selected text 1. In text 2, we have selected C2.
Not visible.
I'll show you.
I guess it is not shared properly.
Screen is not visible. Screen is not visible.
1 second. Yeah. Okay. No problem. Now is it visible?
Yes.
Yeah. You see, in this concatenate function, in this particular block, what we have done, what is the syntax saying? Text 1 is in the B column, text 2 is in the C column, and we have joined. Okay, so there is no space bar over here. And the next, what we have done, on the place of text 2, where we need to put text 2, in the open inverted commas and close inverted commas, I have put a space bar. Okay, I have put a space bar. So space bar becomes my text 2, which is separating my name and my surname.
Ma'am, in between the inverted commas also you have the space.
Yeah, there is a space bar here. This part is a space bar. You have to put a space bar over here. So that becomes your text 2. Okay, done? Can we end the lecture over here now? It's already 5 to 18.
मैडम एंड कर दो.
And if you all have any problem, we'll discuss in tomorrow's lecture. Don't worry. Fine. See you all at 3 tomorrow. Hope you all join on time. Divya, actually, it's too much time up and I have to go for namaz. Otherwise, I would have entertained you.
No issues. Thank you.
We'll discuss tomorrow. Okay?